I'm trying to make my VW Golf auto park by itself. Time for these poverty spec buttons to get replaced. We need to somehow get these two wires from here all the way down to the module above the pedals. So I started off by opening the cubby and lifting the gear gator just like so. Popped off this trim piece, that way I could push a strip of buttons up from underneath to pop them out. Disconnect the electrical connector and let's put this old one somewhere safe. Along the edges you'll notice a bunch of pin numbers. We need to unlock the side with a flathead and shove the purple red one into pin 4. This is going to control the LED. Unlock the other side and pop the purple green one into pin 7. This is going to read whenever the button is pressed. Pull the wires through for some heavy cable management, bro. Get it plugged in and start putting some of the car back together. Only for me to jump over like a jungly to try to take this trim piece out. Unscrew this one, then simply unclip and pull away. Now we got to feed the other end of the button's wiring through this gap, down to the end and across to the module. Before doing that though, I made sure to insulate it with cloth tape, and voila, it's ready for the module. Purple red goes to pin 3 of the 26 pin connector, while purple green goes to pin 4. But remember in the last episode we fit these sensors on the front bumper, but because the wiring is designed for left hand drive cars, it only reached up to here. So we need to get this across to there. In comes a new harness I had to waste 30 quid on. This is the end I have to somehow join onto that mess. Another point of no return. There goes my warranty, I swear to God this better work. I used the strippers to expose the metal on each end of the existing harness, as well as the new one. Then grabbed one of these crimpless heat shrink 2 connector thingies and shoved it over one wire. Twisted the copper of the wire we want to join together and slid the connector over, making sure the bit of solder sits on top of the connection. Repeat 4 times for the rest of them and simply grab a heat gun. Fire it up to melt the solder and create a super strong and firm connection. Dash all my failed attempts in the bin, and now that's done, it's time to get this end over to the module. But first, I'm going to cover it all up with the cloth tape. So I did the same as what I did on the other side to reveal a straight way through to the pedals. Feed the cable through and catch it from the other side. This time we're going to pull out the 18 pin connector, and you see that red one in pin 14. Well, our yellow one has got to use that one too, so luckily we've got a dovetail to sort that. It's such a pain to work with. The wires from the factory harness are so short. Join up the brown white from pin 10 in the dovetail and shove the new pins back in their original spots. And finally, the white one goes to pin 13 while the black one goes to pin 2. Instead of shoving the 18 pin connector in, we're going to take out both completely. That's because we need to swap the old module with the new one that supports 12 sensors and the auto park function. Out with the old and in with the new. Pop the rivets in, followed by the connectors, and is it going to work? Nope. That's because it needs coding, which I'll show you guys in the final part.